You know, for a lot of organisations, they may know that they have a cloud agenda because of agility or because of some particular variable. What they may find over time is that there are other things to factor in over that process. Now, you know, as you look at cloud and as you look at multi-cloud, then you start to factor in other nuances about technologies, about capabilities, about how they change the way people operate, the way they deliver services, how stitched together things can become in this new world. So it's really a story of exploration. The key thing here is that you've got to find your champions in the world who can give you that kind of agnostic appraisal of this road versus that road, of exploring with you as that end customer going through this challenge. How are you going to rationalise your current assets? Because a lot of organisations, they can build a view of themselves, but it may not be the total view that they need in order to build the new thing. So they may need help from organisations to go, okay, how do users interact with our service? Really, what are good metrics for that sort of measure? And as you start to understand very much more clearly about how your current environment is, you're in a much better place than to then pivot into this new world of some form of new infrastructure, and that could be hybrid, it could be multi. But once you're there, it's ongoing. It's not like you buy a cloud or a thing and you're done. There's always more work to do, but it's knowing which part of the journey you've got to be on. It's knowing what you can gain by being on that journey. At a board level, and I want to make this really a closing point, the biggest challenge I see out there is that there aren't enough boards aware of just how competitive advantage is going to show itself in the future, and how much of an impact in the business landscape this is going to have. This is not going to be a small thing. This will literally bulldoze the landscape with a completely new outcome. So we've got to be thinking about it as it's not a thing, it's not a product, it's capabilities, it's services, and it's people, and they need to be organised and orchestrated to a great vision over time. That would be my call to action.
So I think customers have become very familiar with what's available out there. There's a huge range of services through, be it infrastructure as a service with Azure, AWS or Digital Planet, but also software as a service. There's thousands, if not tens of thousands, of solutions that companies can draw down on to help them better perform their duties, or for their staff to perform their duties. One of the pieces that we find that may not get enough attention is in relation to how do you maintain control around all of those solutions. So rather than having 10, 20, 30 different disparate solutions where your company does not have that level of control over how these are being utilized or where your data is going, it's really important to have a full view of the service you're providing and where your data is going and how that data is being used and accessed. So that's something really that we try to encourage our customers just to look into a little bit more, so to get a fuller understanding of how they're embracing cloud. So rather than just jump right in, do it in quite a managed and controlled manner.